Hello everyone, I'm YAFEI. Today, I'd like to use this video to share the research method used in my recently completed research project. I will focus on the following aspects to explain.
The first part is the research topic I choose and the background information of the topic I studied. The next part is my research method, including primary data, secondary data, and case study. The last part will focus on triangulation. First of all, the topic I studied is improvements for the operation mechanism of Chinese Super League by a comparative study on the business model of the Premier League and the Chinese Super League. Founded in 1992, the Premier League is not only the most famous football event in the United Kingdom and even throughout the world, but also one of the most commercially successful football leagues in the world with the largest amount of the football industries. What I studied in the success of the Premier League's operating model, investment environment, and profitability. In contrast, Chinese Super League not only have problems in operation management, but also lacks a good investment environment and profitability. Therefore, the main purpose of this study is to determine the operation and management model of the Premier League through the triangulation method. Triangulation involves using multiple data sources in an investigation to produce a clear position of understanding. For the reliability and feasibility of this study, it is necessary to use primary and secondary studies to collect data.
Primary research and secondary research are conducted to help researchers gain comprehensive information and avoid bias.
Questionnaires and interviews will be used for primary research, while secondary research will find the information from case study, existing journals, and websites. The primary research is a direct method of collecting data from respondents, including quantitative and qualitative research. Quantitative research focuses on the use of numerical evidence. Specific questionnaires will be used as a means of this research method in this study. It will consist of 14 different types of questions. Closed questions including checklists and attitude statements to avoid unnecessary biases. Respondents can provide the most objective answers through a variety of choices. The research will be administered through the Google Form online survey, which is an academic research tool that can receive data and opinions from different countries and regions, and can effectively analyze data.
Questions are divided into three sections.
The first section includes 4 questions related to age, gender, nationality, and career. Next section focuses on comparing the advantages of the Premier League with the disadvantages of Chinese Super League. The last section is to collect opinions on how Chinese Super League should learn from the Premier League. This will link the findings to the survey objectives. According to the search theme, two experts who work in the Chinese Football Association and one staff from CSL company will interviewed using open-end interviews questions in order to collect effective information from those who have obtained internal data and knowledge, aiming to find the answer to the question and confirm or deny the present hypothesis. The interviews will be based on some pre-designed open-ended questions at the scheduled time. Because of the distance between respondents, the interviews will be completed by phone.
Deductive research refers to the development of the further ideas or hypotheses by researcher from existing themes or theories by expanding research and analysis.
This case study demonstrates the Guangzhou Evergrande model that appeared in Chinese Super League. It aims to show that the huge investment in the club operation will definitely result in the club's serious income and also reflect the Chinese Super League. The lack of advanced management mode of the club provides evidence, which also proved that the Chinese Super League has fewer profit points and lower profitability, which leads to the loss of the club. According to the primary and secondary data, it can be seen that in the comparison between the Premier League and the management model of Chinese Super League, 90% of the participants in the questions believe that having independent business development rights is the most successful point in the management operation of the Premier League. 90% of the participants in the questions also believe that the involvement of the Chinese Football Association in the management is also the main reason for the backward management of the Chinese Super League.
This was confirmed in the interview.
The interviewees also believe that independent operation and the establishment of a professional operation team can make the management of and operation mode of Chinese Super League more advanced. Interestingly, about 50% of participants in the survey believe that government's intervention is also one of the main reasons for the backward management model of Chinese Super League. The interviewees believe that based on Chinese characteristics, Chinese Super League needs the financial support of the government to ensure its smooth operation. Only when it develops to a certain extent can it run independently from the government's management. In terms of analysis of the profit point of Chinese Super League and the Premier League, the participants in the questions believe that the reason why the income of Chinese Super League is significantly lower than that of the Premier League is mainly due to poor league management mode, operation mode, profitability, and investment environment.
This result is not reflected in the interview.
About the environment, the proportion of the choice is greater than 70%. In the case study also certified this point. Blindly invested in the operation management model and low profitability led to huge losses of Guangzhou Evergrande and other Chinese Super League clubs. In an interview with the Chinese Super League and the Premier League investment environment, it shows that good domestic investment, a large amount of overseas capital inflows, and the strength of investors are relatively strong, which has created a good investment environment for the Premier League. More than 70% of the participants believe that the Premier League had its unique advantages. The main advantages was mainly from a large number of overseas investors and sponsors. The above is my research method and the statement of triangulation. Thank you.